What's up, guys? The Average Kid here. I have a great commentary that UKD and I did quite a while back, so probably a lot of you guys haven't seen it. It was on UKD's channel. It was kind of featured on my channel. Did a short thing, like a short link to this video on my channel, but I'm pretty sure a lot of you guys haven't seen it. So check it out, and I'll be continually doing this. I'll be uploading videos that were on UKD's channel on my channel because he's now officially kind of just on my channel. So that's what's going on. Enjoy the commentary, enjoy UKD's intro, and I will catch you guys later. Peace. Yo, what's up, guys? The Average Kid here, and I'm here sitting in the same room with Uncle Kenny D, something I haven't done in a while. No homo, just to clarify. But another thing we haven't done in a while is story time with UKD. I know we did it quite a while back on my channel, and I know a lot of you guys really enjoyed it, but he's back. We're back to do story time. This is gonna enlighten you. It's gonna make you complete as a person. I can't wait for you to hear the story, guys. It's such a good story. So without further ado, here is UKD.
Thank you very much for not putting the bar too high. Alright, by the way, you complete me.
Thank you.
Yeah, I mean them, not you. Okay.
I know.
Anyway, my last story was blowing up a bit of the wrong bridge, and this story is a little bit more like I'm going to jail. So
sounds like just sounds better altogether. It sounds like a wonderful thing.
Yeah, blowing up a bridge, going to jail. You know, my life really does suck. Alright. Anyway, a few years ago when I was a young man, before I became the, phenomenal citizen that I am today, I was in the Army, and I was stationed in a country called Korea.
Yes, I've heard of this.
Yeah, you haven't. Okay, it's a peninsula over in Southeast Asia. Smells bad when you first get there, but you get used to it. Other than that, pretty damn cool. So anyway, I was having a pretty good time until they instituted an 8 p.m. to 8 a.m. curfew on the airbase I was stationed on.
That sounds like a little bit of boredom with the guys there. Restricted, looking at, what, 18 to 20s?
Yeah,
and
18 to 22-year-old guys.
Yeah, that's a lot of energy and pent up there.
Yeah, that's a lot of testosterone rolling around, too. So, to avoid house rape, we decided that it might be a good idea to figure out a way to get down to the Ville.
Alright.
So, being that I'm smarter than most people...
Duh.
I decided we'd do something silly yet elegant. We would forge a dispatch and borrow a 2.5-ton government truck to go to the Ville.
Borrow, in quotations. Borrow.
Yes, we would never steal a government vehicle. That would be wrong. So, we forged a dispatch, borrowed the 2.5-ton truck.
Just 2.5 tons.
Well, it had enough room.
Okay, so you got all, okay. We got bored military guys in a big truck. This is heading towards a wonderful story.
I was about to say, good things are going to happen. You just know it. Alright? I mean, there's no teaser for this trailer. Look, we have 9 guys in the back, and I'm driving. Right? I'm driving because I don't trust anybody else to drive because I'm paranoid that way. So we drive to the Ville. The Lord smiled upon me. We're the only GIs there.
That's like Christmas.
Oh, it's like Christmas 5 years in a row with a naked Santa Claus going, buy me drinky. So
that's a beautiful thing.
I thought so. Sorry, I'm getting choked up. Anyway, it was a good night. As a matter of fact, when I hear the song, it's Oh What a Night. Oh, that is. Oh what.
I won't sing because it sounds terrible, but
yeah, that just puts me back to that moment. I mean, it was great until about 3 a.m., which is the point at which we decided we better hurry up and get back to the base before we got in trouble.
Alright, so we got military guys, pent-up aggression, alcohol, and a 2-ton truck heading on what I've heard of pretty crappy roads there in Korea.
You've heard right. Yeah. You've heard the phrase single lane. This would be considered half a lane.
Ah, nice.
Yeah, it was pretty solid. So basically, I had the width of the truck to drive on, so I just stayed in the lane in the middle. Partially home, we're feeling pretty good. Everything's rolling along, and I see this silver car parked in the road.
That seems like a bit of a roadblock there.
Yeah, I thought so. Well, I assumed that our friendly Korean national brother had decided to go in for the night, so I figured I would just beep the horn until he came and moved his car.
All right, just being polite. That's
Yeah,
you can't.
I hit the horn a couple times.
It's reasonable. I mean, the man parked his car in the middle of the road, so.
Yeah, apparently in Korea that's perfectly acceptable.
Well, that's kind of. I mean,
Well, you have whole
Asian
families.
driver.
Well, you have whole families that ride on bicycles, so I guess it
Yeah.
doesn't matter so much. But I hit the horn, a couple times, 30, and eventually I found out that the Korean national was actually sleeping in his car. He exited
Maybe
his
he
vehicle.
had been out having a few drinks as well.
He's Korean. Of course he was.
Okay.
Anyway, he exits his vehicle, and he gives me the Korean equivalent of the middle finger.
Nice. That's gonna solve everything. That
Absolutely.
sounds like we're heading right towards
It's
bliss.
an opportunity for diplomacy is how I like to look at it. So I went in reverse, and I was in second gear when I was going over top of the Korean national silver car.
Ah, sweet. So it was kind of like a monster truck show for him.
Yeah, see, I thought that he would appreciate the little touch of Americana that I had brought across the sea. Apparently, he was a little more agitated than I had assumed, and he was sober enough to remember what happened, which is really unfortunate. So, anyway, we make it back to the base, and I'm thinking that the gate guard, who's smiling and winking, realizes what we did, and he's cool with it.
Okay, so you got that. All right. Yeah, we made it back. We ran over a car. I'm thinking there's probably gonna be some damage or something. You said silver.
Yeah, I was about to say.
Silver on camo. That might give you away.
Yeah, that's why the silver stands out so strongly in my mind. So, we get back to the motor pool. I jump out of the truck. We realize that there's silver paint on the 2.5 ton. Most of the guys thought it was funny because, well, let's face it, when you're drunk, pretty much anything's funny.
And then it probably set in like, oh crap, we got to get rid of this.
Yeah, so we basically went and got 3 cans of loam spray paint, which in our brilliant assessment was going to allow us to cover our tracks fully.
All right, yeah. Nothing brings a car together like spray paint. Just flawless. I'm sure it was.
Oh yeah, nothing like drunk artists drawing, especially when some of them put their initials on the canvas. Dumbasses.
Nice, like hell yeah, we were here.
Yeah. It's like you met them. Really? Yeah, that's pretty awesome. Especially considering you were like 6 months old when this happened. So, anyway, the morning progresses. We run over to the barracks. We put on. We were about a quarter mile from our barracks, so we put on our PT uniforms and jog back. And we're thinking everything's kosher. Unfortunately, we saw the commander's car, which in this unit was a bad omen because my commander in this unit hadn't done PT. I don't think could spell PT.
So, all right. So you got the tubby guy that's in charge there. It's looking no bueno.
Yeah, no bueno indeed. The chubby guy decides to call the first sergeant over and invite him to make a pronouncement to the company. Now, I'm telling all my guys, solidarity, brothers. Nobody tells on anybody, nobody saw anything, we're fine. Everybody's agreeing. First sergeant stands in front of us and says, I don't care who was there. I just want the driver. So immediately there are 12 fingers pointing at me. People that weren't even there are pointing at me. I'm in a world of doo-doo. They pull me out of formation, they put me under arrest, and they take me to the battalion headquarters in Cheongdong.
Nice. That sounds gosh dang delicious. Dong.
Yeah. See, you think I'm making that up. It really was the name of the town.
That's an amazing name.
Well, anyway, I had to stand before my battalion commander, who was a paratrooper like me. And the first rule of being a paratrooper is no excuses. So when he asked me, what is your excuse? I said, I screwed up. No excuses. He smiled and threw a large wad of paper into the trash can. Then he handed me another piece of paper and said, sign this. Well, I was ready to sign pretty much anything that meant I wasn't going to go like to Leavenworth and make little rocks into big rocks for 30 years. So I signed it, and I asked him what it was. He said, well, I threw your court-martial paperwork into my trash can. This is your Article 15. I breathed a sigh of relief, let out a small fart, felt as though things were going to be okay.
You definitely lucked out there.
Oh yeah, until I found out I was going to be put in jail to satisfy the Korean National Police for 2 weeks in a Korean national prison.
Yeah, that's where you probably don't want to say or do anything. Just sit in your corner and get through the 2 weeks.
Well, I know people
Put your
make...
butt cheeks together real tight.
I know what the stereotype is about Asians, right? But I wasn't willing to take that chance. So, you know, I spent most of that time in total terror that I was going to be gravity feed pooping for like the next 6 years. I did learn how to use chopsticks, though.
See, you learned something there.
Oh, well, then it's not a total net loss.
Yeah.
wrong. So anyway, when I was released, I was sent back to our barracks, and I was given my additional 45 days restriction, extra duty, lost a couple ranks. But I can tell you that an experience like 2 weeks in a foreign prison is way worse than the TV show Locked Up Abroad, and that show sucks.
Yeah, and there you couldn't tune out.
Yeah, and there I couldn't tune out, or, well, I could have tried to escape, I guess, but...
That would have just been bad. Bad news bears there.
Yeah, they like sticking stuff in people's butts there.
Ooh. Well, anyway, I think you learned something. And if you haven't learned anything, don't go to jail, especially in Korea, and don't run over a Korean national's car.
Lesson for the day, Korean jails suck.